it?
First question is like, who's the best player you've played against?
Best player I've played against? Oh, against a few. Not too sure. You've got me here. That's a tough one. We'll come back to that. I'll have a good think of that.
Obviously, I didn't think of this the other day, but Saturday, like, how do you sum that up?
Great performance from the lads and the fans. I think they made it. The fans. It was loud. Got right behind us and pushed us on to get the win.
What was the score?
We beat Plymouth 4-0.
How are you finding life in Exeter?
I'm loving it. Really loving it. Great part of the country. When I first moved down here, I was thinking of like obviously a new environment, trying to get used to places, and you know it's a big thing moving away from where you live. But no, it's really nice part of the country, and I love it.
What encouraged you to join Exeter?
Just the way the whole club's run as a whole. The gaffer spoke to me and he told me what it's about. I come down here, looked around the training ground, and you know I think the big thing is it's like a family in it with the fans and the whole place, and that really sold it to me. And obviously the way the gaffer plays and what he wants us to do this season, it's a big thing.
If you wasn't a goalkeeper, what position would you play?
I fancy myself as centre half. Don't know why. I think it's just
The height.
maybe the height, yeah. Or maybe just love. I don't know. I'd probably say diving around, but that's more goalkeeping, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd say centre half, 100%.
What are your like individual goals for this season?
To play as many games as I can, keep as many clean sheets as I can, and you know help the team get promotion.
So your first game against Forest Green?
Forest Green,
Forest
yeah.
Green, that save as well. Like, talk me through the save.
Oh wow.
It's a good one.
The ball's gone down the wing, and there was only one thing he could do, was cross it. I didn't realise the guy was free at the back post, and I seen he had a free header, so I thought I'm just going to chuck myself and get my body in line with the ball so it hits me. But the pace of it and everything was quite quick. Obviously, watch on TV it's quite slow, but in real life you don't really think much of it.
Yeah.
And I've ended up getting two good hands to it and pushing it away from the striker, so Jack Sparks could clear up and help us out.
Who would you say is the most skillful player at Exeter?
Most skillful? Oh, there's some good quality around. Randall is very good tricky player, and Lee Martin as well. Lee Martin's got a bit. I like the way he is, and he's very skillful. So it's a toss up between them two.
Who's your best friend, or who do you sit next to on the way to away games?
We've got a table on the coach, so we play cards. We've got a little card school going. So there's me, Randall, Ben Seymour will join in if he can be bothered, and Alex Fisher, he joins in. He's probably the best one out, really. He knows what he's doing.
He normally wins the cards.
I'd like to say me, but I'd be lying. Randall, he sweeps up quite a bit, and Fish plays the game really well. Because Fish, he knows what he's doing. He can lure you into traps and win you the game.
What's the best stadium you've played in?
Best stadium? Been to a few, to be fair. Sunderland was a good one last season, playing there. That was a big one, 40,000. Probably that one, the one I've played in.
What's your best defining moment of your career so far?
Best defining? There's a few. Probably my FA Cup game against Accrington. That was non-league at the time, and I made the drop down to non-league to kickstart my career back off, and knocked Accrington out of the FA Cup, and they signed me the following month in January. So probably that one, just because it kick-started me back off and got me to where I needed to be.
Any major hiccups in your career that you've had to overcome?
Yeah, been a few, to be honest with you, and especially as a goalkeeper, you're going to be making mistakes and whatnot.
Yeah.
When I was at Forest Green, I broke my foot. I was out for 5 months, and that was tough for me mentally and physically. And even the one this season, you know, the Cambridge one, where I've gone to catch a ball and I was going over the line, I had to get it to safety, and I've ended up chucking it to their striker and they scored. And you know, it's as a goalkeeper, things like that will happen. It's how you bounce back from it and recover mentally from it. And to be honest with you, I think that's a big thing in being a goalkeeper, is how mentally tough you are.
How nervous was the whole team going into Saturday's game? Was there any nerves?
There was no nerves, and I think that's the best way we could have got into it. I think we knew it was going to be a big game. We knew the fans were going to be there and they're going to be behind us. And you know, it's one of those things where if you are nervous, you end up maybe overthinking a few things and making mistakes. And I don't think we made it really hardly any mistakes, and obviously that's why we got the win.
Who's the best player that you've played with?
Best player, technically, it was played with El House Youth. He was really good, really good. And one last season for me was Billy Key, striker, great player, great guy as well. And you know, he's the way he is around the changing room, great guy, and on the pitch he's unbelievable. He does the job well, and he can win headers, he can score goals, and it's just all round great striker.
Do you have any pre-match routines that you like to go through yourself, or is anybody in the changing room who puts a sock on the left, the other way or whatever? It's
Yeah, everything for me is right-handed, right-footed. I put my right sock on first, my right glove on first. But you know, I don't think it works, to be honest with you. well, I didn't anyway against Cambridge and Scunthorpe, but I think for me, it's just mentally getting you right. I think if you've got that routine going, you know what you're doing, and you stick to it, I think you know everything's gonna be good.
sure.
How does it feel when the big banks sing your name?
Well, the first time I started chanting it was the Forest Green one, and it was a great feeling. You know, I haven't really had any chants about me, and I think it settled me in a lot more as well into the club, with knowing that the fans chanting my name and they're behind me.
What's the hardest team we've faced this year?
Hardest team? Not too sure. You know, I think every team's different, aren't they? You know, they play different styles to try and stop us from playing. Not too sure. Just give us a little hiccup. Maybe Newport, they gave us a little hiccup, didn't they? 1-1. Thought they was very, very, very well regimented. You know, they knew what they wanted to do, the jobs they was doing. Stopped us from playing, forced us into their game rather than our own game. So probably Newport. I think even the way you go there, it's not really the best place to go, with the pitch and whatnot, and the fans. So yeah, probably Newport.
Well, we've got Cambridge next week, FA Cup, so looking to bounce back from the 4-0 defeat. So how do you prepare going into it?
I think you forget about, for me personally, I'd forget about the mistake I made for the fourth goal, and you just put it to bed. That game's gone now. I know it's in the league and you can't get those points back, but you've got to put everything back behind you, and we'll go in there with a new game plan and hopefully get a win.
Other than obviously the Plymouth games, is there any other games that you really look forward to, personally or as a team?
Well, I was looking forward to the Forest Green one because that was my old club. Obviously the derby, that was a big one. But any game really, for me, I'm happy to play any game, and I want to be playing every game. So every game for me, really.
Is there a particular diet that you stick to before games?
Yeah. See, now you mentioned diets, right? So when I first signed for Exeter, I was a big boy. I was heavy. I was weighed quite a bit, and it did affect me. I was slow around the goal, wasn't making saves I should have been making, and let myself go really a little bit. So I've been knuckling down hard in the gym, lost 10 kilos and back to my best hopefully, more to come. So yeah, I've got to look after myself, and I think that's the hardest part, looking after yourself, like eating wise. So before a game I've like my pasta, my chicken, but I won't overload too much because you feel heavy, and so yeah, you need to eat the right foods for recovery as well. So yeah, I think pasta and chicken for me before a game, that's what I have.
Do you have any idols in the sport?
Yeah, there's a few. I was lucky enough to grow up with mine. I like Neil Sullivan as a goalkeeper when I was younger, and I was lucky enough to play with him and learn from him, which was really good. I like the way Edison plays. He's technically really good. You know, his feet, his handling, and you know, he's all round. He's a great keeper. So you try and look at different other keepers and see what they do and things you can pick up off them.
Any others?
Not that I can think of for using your question. I did, yeah, can't think.
You got any?
Yeah. If you could play for any team, who would it be?
For any
That's a
team?
good one. That's a good one.
A great one.
Yeah.
Great one, that. So I'm a Leeds fan, I am. So, probably go for Leeds, you know, because the boyhood club and it's a team I've supported. So yeah, I'd probably go for Leeds if I could play for Leeds. But obviously, I'll be playing for Exeter for as long as I can.
Going back to my earlier question, the best player you've played against, do you have an answer for that?
I play against a few now, so I'm going to tell you the answer. It will be Ivan Toney for Peterborough.
Yeah. Now
He's a player, and he's still scoring goals for fun in this season as well. Yeah, I'd say him.
Who was the first team that scouted you, or where did you begin your career?
I started off at Doncaster Rovers, and I was there for 6 years. So it was a long old time there. Really enjoyed it as well. That gave me my first pro contract. So yeah, it was good times there. We had a great squad. We got promoted with them from League One to the Championship. So that was good on the old TV. But no, that's where I learnt my trade. That's where I learnt a lot of things from other keepers, and just learnt a lot about myself as well. Coming up as a young boy, 16, I was involved with the first team, and you end up learning a lot about yourself as well as football.
What future goals, excuse the pun, what future goals do you have, if any?
Just to stay in football as long as I can and play as many games as I can. You know, I've had a tough old time recently with football, to the stage where I was thinking I might have to pack it in. So yeah, just stay in football as long as I can and do well for the team I'm playing for.
It was obviously your birthday on Saturday, so it must have been a really good birthday present to keep a clean sheet in the derby.
Yeah, massively, wasn't it? It was that was the best present I could ask for, really. You know, a clean sheet and a win, especially on the derby day, and obviously my birthday as well. But I think the most important thing was getting those 3 points on the derby day and keeping the clean sheet.
Were you getting any stick from the away fans?
Yeah, you always do. You know, it's part and parcel of being a goalkeeper. You got to be able to take it on the chin, whatever they say. Some of the stuff ain't going to be nice stuff. But to be fair, it was pretty quiet after 60 minutes, so I enjoyed that quite a bit. Yeah. That peace and quiet.
At half time, who's the boss in the changing rooms?
I think everyone, you know, everyone's saying, look, you need to do this, you need to do that, or praising each other. That's the togetherness of the team showing, is that. And you know, everyone knows each other's jobs, and if you're not doing it, you're going to get told. And I think that's the best thing about it, that everyone sticks together. Everyone helps each other through everything, really, what could go wrong. And you know, there's no individuals in this team, which is the best you could have.
Personally, for me, I think Nicky Law's the best player in Exeter. Is that fair to say? Would you say?
I think everyone's different. You know, Nicky's got his own little things what he's good at, and same as Jakey and Archie, and you know, you've got Randall, Lee Martin, Ryan Bone, Ben Seymour, Fisher. Everyone's different, you know. Everyone's got their own different. Like, I'm a completely different goalkeeper to Lewis Ward, and I think that's what makes the team. Everyone's got their own little bits what get added to the team, and that's what sees us through.
Any others? Before we arrive back at the Imperial Castle?
Can't think of any.
Who's the best player you've played with?
Played with? I'd say we had El Hadj Diouf. He's technically really good player. And you can see why he's played at the highest level he has done. He's played in the Prem, he's played in the Scottish Prem. You know, you can see why, because his touch, his finishing, it was unbelievable.
There we go. Anything else to finish up?
Can't think of any.
That was good Q&A session.
That's
wasn't
lovely,
it?
that.
Really good.
Nice and smooth drive as well.
Thank you very much. Good stuff. Yeah.